You think you're alone, but are you? Do you ever get that feeling? Like someone's watching you? You tell yourself it's nothing, just paranoia, just a trick of the mind. That's what I thought too, until the signs became impossible to ignore. You think you're alone? Think again. Welcome to the Twisted Nightmares Chronicles, where fear isn't just a story. It's waiting right behind you. This is my story. The first time I noticed something was wrong. It was small, a misplaced mug in the kitchen. I lived alone, I worked long hours at a marketing firm, and had little patience for paranoia. But over the following weeks, the signs multiplied. My television would turn on in the middle of the night. There was a half-eaten sandwich that was left on my counter when I distinctly remembered not making one. The distinct feeling of being watched crept into my daily routine like a shadow that refused to lift. It wasn't until I installed a security system that my nightmares truly began. One night, unable to sleep, I sat in my dimly lit living room, scrolling through my phone. A soft chime signaled movement detected in the hallway. My stomach tightened as I switched to the live feed. The hallway was empty. Frowning, so I rewound the footage. At precisely 2:32 a.m., the motion sensor activated. The grainy, black and white recording showed my bedroom door slowly creaking open on its own. Now I swore I had shut it before I went to bed. Sleep eluded me. As the days passed, more unsettling footage emerged. Shadowy figures flickering in the periphery of the cameras, indistinct shapes standing motionless near my bed before dissolving into darkness. And then, one evening, I found the closet door in my guest bedroom ajar. I never use that room. Inside, I found a makeshift nest, my missing clothes, food wrappers, and a notebook filled with scribbles I didn't recognize. As the tension mounted, my closest friend, Dave, suggested I spend the night at his place. Instead, I decided to confront my fears head-on. I purchased a baseball bat and kept my phone ready to dial 911. At 3 a.m., my bedroom door groaned open. Holding my breath, I reached for my phone and pulled up the camera feed. What I saw made my blood run cold. A figure stood just outside my room, facing the camera. A gaunt, pale man with hollow eyes and an unsettling grin. His head tilted at an unnatural angle, as if he were listening for something. And then he moved. Not walking, but gliding, fast and soundless, towards my bed. Shit! I bolted upright and swung wildly with the bat. The figure wasn't there. The security feed, however, still showed the intruder standing by the foot of my bed, his smile growing wider. I fled the house that night and called the police. When they arrived, they found no signs of forced entry, but a deeper search revealed something far more horrifying. A hidden crawl space behind my bedroom closet, leading into the walls of my home. Inside were remnants of a life I had no idea had been unfolding parallel to my own. A filthy mattress, rotting food, and stacks of notebooks filled with pages and pages of my own daily routine. Times I left for work, when I showered, even notes on my phone conversations. At the bottom of the pile was a Polaroid, a close-up of me sleeping. The police never found the intruder. They only knew one thing. Whoever had been living in my walls had been watching me for months, possibly years. I moved to a different city, but the nightmare followed me. One night, I received an email from an unknown sender with an attachment labeled, "Watch Me." Against my better judgment, I opened it. It was a recording from inside my new bedroom. The angle suggested it had been filmed from inside his closet. The footage was brief but paralyzing. Just a few seconds of a dark figure standing over me as I slept, whispering words that I couldn't understand. A message was attached. Did you miss me? The police could offer no explanation, no trace of the sender, no fingerprints. But I know one thing's for sure. I'll never be alone again. The walls we live in, the spaces we call home, how well do we really know them? How sure are you that you're alone? If someone was watching you, waiting in the dark, would you ever truly know? Maybe you should check your closet before you sleep tonight. This nightmare isn't over. Not yet. If you want more stories that crawl under your skin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And also join me the next time I post videos just like this. And remember, the shadows are always listening.